When you die, do you go to heaven, or is heaven going to you right now? Let's talk about that. This is not what you think. Do not go to heaven when you die. Instead, heaven is all around us. We see a little bit of it here on earth. It's actually already begun. Yeah, I know that's kind of weird, but let me explain. And by the way, this sounds better if you grab your coffee. Okay, here we go. Hollywood loves to make a movie about heaven. In their movies, it's always clouds and harps and people floating around and there's no pain and everybody's happy. You know what I'm talking about. They even show that in church sometimes. I mean, look at this. No text. That's how they get away with it. Here's what I'm saying. That's not how you get to heaven. First off, you don't just get to heaven when you die. Heaven is all around us. We see a little bit of it here on earth. It's already started. That's kind of weird, but let me explain. Okay, 3 quick pictures. Number 1, picture the garden. Eden was a paradise. Picture Jesus walking on the water. That's the kingdom of God breaking into our world. And the last picture is John in Revelation describing the New Jerusalem coming down out of heaven. So my point is, heaven is not this place we go to when we die. Heaven is all around us. Heaven is coming to us right now. You may not feel like it, but Acts chapter 7 verse 55, this is the key verse. Listen to Stephen speaking. He says, "See, I see the heavens opened and the Son of Man standing at the right hand of God." So what does that mean? Well, imagine you're in an airport and you see somebody land a plane really well. You want to meet them, you want to shake their hand, you want to say, "Hey, good job." So you walk up to them while they're getting off the plane. That's kind of what this means. Where might he land today? Here's my second point. Heaven isn't some far-off place. Heaven is where God is, and God is in the church. Jesus said, "Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there am I among them." 1 Corinthians 3:16, the Spirit of God, He is among them. So the church is not a building. The church is not a signboard. The church is where God lives. It's the people of God. Think of it this way, 1 square foot of a marble cathedral versus 4 walls of a living room Bible circle. Which one has more of God's presence? Here's the deal. Heaven is not this over there thing. Heaven is here in the house of God. And you know what? When God's presence fills the house, then it's heaven on earth. Here's my third point. I love this one. Heaven comes to us when we experience real life. Heaven hits us when we feel like we're having real life. Real, genuine, authentic, honest, raw, transparent, vulnerable, imperfect, real life. And here's what I mean. I knew this girl once who came to faith in Jesus, but she didn't really have any friends. And so she started going to a different church. Every time she went to that church, there were tons of people there. She loved the music. She loved the preaching. But every time she tried to become a member, the pastor would tell her, "You're not ready," so she would leave. And every time she left, she would find a new church to go to. And she did this for years, searching for heaven, looking for people, wanting to be known, wanting to know people. Anyway, one day she found our church. She joined a couple months later. I called her to counsel because she seemed depressed. So I asked her, "Why are you sad?" And she said, "I'm tired of chasing heaven and it's not here." So I asked her, "Where are you chasing it?" And she said, "Well, I thought it was in church." And I said, "Ah, so did I." And then we talked for hours. And I told her, "You get tired of chasing heaven until you realize that heaven is not this thing we chase. Heaven is this thing we do. Heaven happens when we stop chasing it. Heaven is doing real life with real people." So she began to attend small groups. She got involved in the life of the church. She became a part of a life group. And about 6 months after that, her whole life changed because she stopped chasing heaven and she began experiencing real life. Here's the challenge. Go do real life. This week, take one small step towards actually living life. You can start by loving somebody. You can feed somebody. You can lift somebody up. Those are 3 great places to start. Before we go, a quick announcement. Next week we're going to talk about the devil's secret yes. And I'm telling you, once you hear it, you will never look at prayer the same way again. Don't miss it. And of course, to help you in your walk with Jesus, check out the link below. It includes the verses from today plus 2 crazy good books. See you next time.